Good afternoon, children. Today we will start with the new chapter, that is chapter number 3, Human Reproduction. Humans are sexually reproducing viviparous organisms. Viviparous organisms means they give birth to young ones. They are also unisexual, that is, male and female sexes are separate. And each sex has reproductive organs called gonads, reproductive ducts, and accessory structures. The reproductive events in humans include gametogenesis, means the formation of gametes, insemination, that is transfer of sperm into female reproductive tract, fertilization, that is fusion of male and female gametes, implantation, that is formation, development, and then attachment of blastocyst to the uterine wall, embryonic development, that is called gestation, and parturition, that is delivery of the baby. These events occur after puberty. There are remarkable differences between the reproductive events in males and females. Like in men, formation of sperm continues even in old age, but in women, the formation of ovum ceases at around the age of 50 years. In this chapter, we will be studying about the different reproductive systems in male and female and also the various events mentioned in this slide. So let us start with the reproductive system. Human beings show prominent sexual dimorphism with male and female differing from each other by a number of primary and secondary sex characters. Primary sex characters are those which are present since birth in both males and females, like external genitalia, whereas secondary sex characters appear after puberty and include a number of traits like presence of thick facial hairs, low pitch voice, etc. in males, and well developed mammary glands, high pitch voice, etc. in females. Reproductive organs are also divided into different types, that is, primary sex organs. This produce gametes and the sex hormones, and secondary sex organs. These do not produce gametes or sex hormones but play important role during reproduction. So let us start with the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is located in the pelvis region, and it consists of different organs like primary sex organs called the testis, this picture is about the diagrammatic sectional view of male pelvis showing reproductive system. Now, as I told you that the male reproductive system is located in the pelvis region and it consists different organs like the primary sex organs called the testes. Testes are the primary sex organs in men, and they are the male gonads. They are the male gonads, that is the site where the male gametes or sperms are made. A pair of testes is situated outside the abdominal cavity within the scrotum. Then it also consists of the accessory ducts and glands and the external genitalia. This diagram is about the front view of male reproductive system. Now let us start with the testis, the first part of the male reproductive system. I already told you that testes are the male gonads, and here only the male gametes or the sperms are made. A pair of testes is situated outside the abdominal cavity within the scrotum. Each testis is oval in shape and measures about 4 to 5 cm in length and 2 to 3 cm in width. Testes are suspended in the scrotum by spermatic cords. The outermost covering of the testis is formed by a dense fibrous membrane called tunica albuginea. Each testis is divided into 200 to 300 compartments called testicular lobules. Each lobule contains 1 to 3 highly dense convoluted seminiferous tubules, blood vessels, and nerves embedded in loose connective tissue. Now, scrotum is a pouch-like structure of pigmented skin arising from the lower abdominal wall and hanging between the legs. Scrotum keeps the temperature of testis about 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than the internal body temperature, which is essential for the production of sperms, that is, spermatogenesis. It is divided internally into right and left scrotum sacs by a muscular partition called the septum scrota. The testis originates in the abdominal cavity but later during the 7th month of development descends into the respective scrotal sac through the passages called inguinal canals. Now, let us study about seminiferous tubules. It is the structural and functional unit of testis in which sperms are produced. Each seminiferous tubule is lined on its inside by 2 types of highly specialized cells called Sertoli cells, which are also called the nurse cells, or male germ cells, which are called spermatogonia. The majority of the cells are male germ cells, which produces spermatogonia by mitotic division. This is the diagram of, or you can say it is the diagrammatic sectional view of seminiferous tubules. So, the majority of the cells are male germ cells and produces spermatogonia by mitotic division, which further grows into primary spermatocytes. This undergo meiosis producing haploid cells, first secondary spermatocytes and then spermatids. The Sertoli cells are tall, pyramidal cells which provide nutrition to the developing germ cells. The region outside the seminiferous tubules, called interstitial spaces, contain small blood vessels and masses of cells called interstitial cells or the Leydig cells. These cells synthesize and secrete the testicular hormones called androgens. Leydig cells are endocrine in function and thus regulate and maintain male sex characteristics. Other immunologically competent cells are also present in this region. Now, let us study about the secondary sex organs, that is, accessory duct system. These ducts store and transport the sperms from the testis to the outside through urethra. The male sex accessory ducts includes tubuli recti, retitestis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferens, and urethra. The ends of seminiferous tubules coverage and joins to form short straight tubule called tubuli recti. The tubuli recti opens into a network of wider irregular tubules called retitestis that further opens into fine ciliated vasa efferentia. Several vasa efferentia open into the epididymis and carry sperms outside the body. Epididymis is a long tube which is greatly coiled and tightly pegged to form an elongated flattened body. It is located along the posterior surface of each testis. Sperms undergo physiological maturation, acquiring increased motility and fertilizing capacity in epididymis. After that, they pass down to the tail of epididymis, where they stay for a very short period before entering the two vas deferens. The vas deferens descends to the abdomen and loops over urinary bladder. It receives a duct from seminal vesicle to form ejaculatory duct. The duct passes through the prostate gland and opens into the urethra. The urethra originates from the urinary bladder and extends through the penis to its external opening called the urethral meatus. The urethra carries urine from bladder as well as spermatogonia and secretions from the Cowper's and prostate gland. Now we will study about the accessory glands. The accessory glands or the secondary glands are prostate gland, seminal vesicle, Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland. Prostate gland secretes a milky, slightly alkaline fluid that contains lipids, enzymes, citric acid, etc. It is released during ejaculation and helps to neutralize the acidic medium of vagina, making sperms more active to swim. Prostatic fluid accounts for nearly 20 to 30% of semen volume. The second gland is seminal vesicles. They secrete mucus and a watery alkaline fluid that contains fructose. Prostaglandin stimulate uterine contraction for sperm movement, and a clotting protein forms a temporary clot after ejaculation. Calcium and certain other enzymes are also a part of seminal plasma. Bulbourethral gland. This secrete mucus and an alkaline fluid into the urethra. The mucus help in the lubrication of penis and neutralizes any urinary acid in urethra. These are situated beneath the bladder and behind the urethra. Semen is the secretion of accessory sex gland, and mucus are added to the sperms to form seminal fluid or the semen. The secretions have many functions like provide medium for transmission of sperms, nourishes and activate sperms to keep them viable and motile. Now we will talk about external genitalia. Penis is known as the external copulatory organ. Near the tip of penis, the spongy tissue is enlarged to form a soft and highly sensitive glans penis covered with the foreskin. It has erectile tissue and vascular spaces. These vascular spaces tend to fill up with blood when the male is sexually excited, causing penis to erect. That is all about this topic. In our next video, we will start with female reproductive system. I hope you have understood this topic. Thank you.